What's up, guys? Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma dose of the Jade Giant. Today's featured Hulk item is the Face Off Hulk from Toy Biz 2-pack, featuring this figure and the leader. And the review is coming up next. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So the Face Off 2-pack by Toy Biz came out in 2006, in the height of the popularity of Marvel Legends and Toy Biz. I recently reviewed the 12-inch Toy Biz Incredible Hulk Icons figure, and the Face Off is a very different figure, but structurally and articulation is very similar, but anatomy, face sculpt, and everything else in general is very, very different. So as for the packaging, since this figure is opened for the review, it was in a clamshell package, so you basically had to cut it open. Those packages back in the past were a pain in the butt from Toy Biz because you basically had to just absolutely destroy the package to get to the figure. And this set in particular is the regular edition, because there was a variant with an open mouth version of this Hulk and a completely different head sculpt for the leader. This set had a card from one of their Marvel trading card games back then, and it came with a locker, a base, and a comic. Unfortunately, for the locker and the comic, that is packed away in one of my long boxes and one of my storage containers. And the leader I will review separately, and then I'll put them together at the end of the leader review. So now I will show you the regular edition of this particular Hulk. So I thought I'd start off with having good old Absorbing Man head in Hulk's hand. I thought that was funny. And sometimes I pose Hulks with different head sculpts of other figures just because it looks really cool. So we will jump right into Sculpt. And I'll say this right now. A few years back, before the recent releases of Hulks and just the ridiculous amount of Hulks that have come out through Toy Biz and Hasbro Legends, this particular Hulk and its variants was probably my favorite for a very, very long time. And this figure is a mixed bag for several reasons, but overall, sculpt-wise, to this day, this is probably still my favorite Hulk head sculpt. I absolutely just love this style. So even the torso is really, really nice. I love the design they went with. Not as like monstrous Hulk, more of a simplistic approach they took for the body sculpt, but I love the shape of the chest and the abs and the huge traps. He looks very ferocious with the really, really nice deep eyes in the background with the black, so the eyes really pop, and the really ferocious growl snarl that he's doing with like the furrowed nose, and just the design of the hair is just amazing. So if you take a look at the texture, it has a really, really nice texture to it. I love the skin design that they chose and the texture in the shoulders. It just looks really, really nice overall. And they gave just a nice vein and a little bit of like ripples for the muscles for the shoulder. It runs down really nice into the bicep, so you can line that vein up right to the main vein of the bicep. Looks really, really nice overall. Excellent, excellent design for the traps and the buys. Very, very realistic looking. Nice forearm design. So you have open pins here. I'll get into that later. And then you have the open hands. Both sides have open hands, and both arms are identical on both ends. But just a very nice physique for Hulk. Now, if you ask me, I think personally for this particular design, I think this is a more realistic human shape. I think, muscle bodybuilders today replicate this body structure in general, and it's definitely refreshing with all the different mix of Hulk sculpts out there. The pants are very similar in design to the 12-inch Icons Incredible Hulk that I just recently reviewed in regards to color and particular design. So I do like the texture work they did on the pants. I think it's nice. For this particular paint, there's a lot of lighter and darker pinks and purples mixed in there to really highlight the pants. And you can't really see a lot of the musculature with this particular design of the legs. So they kept it very, very simple in the legs and pretty simple in regards to the body as well. And then just nice calf muscles in the back into the Toy Biz feet, the classic Toy Biz feet. So Sculpt of this, I really do love. And it's just refreshing that it's so different than the other Hulks. And the face sculpt of this is an A+. And the rest of the proportions and body is probably an A-. Really, really good overall, but I would make a little adjustments. Wider shoulders, wider chest, a little bit bigger arms, a little bit more detail in the sculpt of the pants, and everything else is generally pretty damn good. By far the best face sculpt. Now into paint. I love the color paint they chose. It's absolutely awesome. There is a little tad difference in color between the shoulders and forearms and bis and tris, and then it goes back into the normal color. It's just a little bit lighter and not very noticeable, but when you get up close, you can kind of just see the difference a little bit. These shoulders seem a little bit lighter and blend better. This one definitely is a little bit darker. So there's just a notable difference in color for the shoulders. Really nice design back. Again, that's a very attainable back for a bodybuilder, in my opinion. But nice color green, I do love it. I love the hair. Best painted hair in the business, still to this day. I think it's awesome. We'll get really close in those eyes. You can see how well painted they are. This face is just so nice. Nice painted teeth. Hulk needs to brush his teeth a little bit more, but it definitely stands out and makes him look ferocious looking for sure. And I think with whiter teeth, it would look a little odd to me. I think it would still look nice, but there's something about the yellow teeth that really makes the head sculpt stand out. But just really, really nice design and paint for the hair. This definitely resembles more of a 70s Hulk. I already spoke about the different colors within the pants. Same color green for the feet. So for paint, again on the face is like an A+. Now on the body, I do love the color green they chose, and I do like the pants. I think it's painted pretty well. So I will give the paint on this an A-. The only thing I would do differently is probably throw a little bit of black wash in there and a little bit of highlights, maybe some browns to really divide the musculature and make certain muscles pop and stand out. But very, very nice. So now I will jump into articulation. So we will focus on the head at first. The head cannot go up any higher due to the neck and traps in the back. And the head can go down very, very far. Very nice. You can go to the side this far, again, because the traps are blocking the sides. So no full 360. So there is no ab crunch at all within this body mold, but there is a waist swivel. Now as for the shoulders, very, very, very tight joints, which is awesome. So the shoulders can go up about that much. I actually kind of like this pose. I might do a pose with this look a little bit. Surprisingly, I actually like that. There is a full bicep swivel. You could force it and make it all the way around, but a little bit here in the shoulder area will block it a little bit, so don't force it. But almost full 360. Terrible, terrible pins here. I wish they covered these up better. You cannot get 90 degrees on the arms, about as far as you can go inward. And then nice clicky joints, and you can almost straighten the arm out completely, but that's about as far as you can go. But super, super nice, tight joints on both ends. So here's my least favorite part of this particular figure, and that is the hands. I don't know why they went with both open hands on both this and the variant. I know Toy Biz loves this type of stuff, but Hulk loves to smash and punch things, and this body design being, so uniquely sculpted, I wish this and the variant had different hands altogether. One closed fist, one open fist. So that gives you a reason to buy both other than just the head sculpt. But it really limits the posing of these particular figures, in my opinion. So you have a nice wrist rotation and swivel. You have the typical Toy Biz thumb design. So basically the thumb does not articulate like other thumbs. This is all connected. You have the pin again for the wrist, for the articulation here. Then you have the pin for the fingers. And Toy Biz usually would have the thumb and main finger here articulated, and then these three. But for this particular figure, all four are connected and only can be articulated by themselves. So you have that as well. Now, just like the Icons Hulk and many other Toy Biz Hulks of this era, we have the good old ball joints. for joints. So the Hulk can do splits about this far, super, super tight joints. Again, legs can extend pretty far, about that, not fully out, but decent. And also the same in the back here. Again, the really ugly pins that stand out. Now, as for range in the legs, you get that here, that nice clicky joint. And very, very terrible range in the back because of the big chunky thigh. So the legs can only go back about that far, which is not good at all. You're basically only gonna move these legs a little bit. There's really no reason to do it because posing is kind of limited on this figure in general anyway. So it's just very strange. What's nice is you can see a little bit of black wash here in the light. I'm not sure why they chose these particular areas to throw a little black in there and not the actual body itself, but there's that. And then you have no ankle rotation, so your rotation is solely focused on the thigh area, and you have a decent amount of range. And again, super, super tight joints, which is awesome. And then you have a little bit of toe articulation. Toes can go down quite a bit. Not sure why you would ever do that, but they can do it. And then they go up about that much. So you would think there'd be more range upward than downward, but Toy Biz is Toy Biz. And then you have the non-sculpted heels. I do appreciate when some figures actually sculpt these areas. So now we'll show you a few poses. There's more of like the horror aspect of Hulk reaching out for you. Really limited posing in general, just due to not having fists. So the overall articulation for this particular figure, I will give a B+. I think there are certain things that are done really well. Again, really tight joints, but no ab crunch. Again, the Toy Biz ball joints. The interesting choice in hands, not giving you fists. Again, this is a nice 70s Hulk. Immortal Hulk had a lot of cool designs with this particular type of face. And you can really kind of replicate Hulk coming out of the grave and like the more horror aspect with the arms coming out. This is kind of like the classic Immortal Hulk rising from the grave, just standing up and reaching for you, like the front cover. So it's a pretty cool look to the figure overall. Articulation-wise, you can't really get those legs or bend the knees enough to put his knee on the ground or anything. So it's just a little bit limited. But again, really fun pose and really cool design overall for that. And for whatever reason, which I absolutely hate, is that this particular hand is just straight. So the fingers are straight. It's so awkward. There's really no happy place to put this particular hand. And when you fold the hand, it just looks so stupid. So you only have really one option to keep the hand flat and maybe turned in just a little, but it just doesn't look good, and there's really no reason to have a hand like this. That's definitely the biggest flaw in regards to this figure in general, especially for posing, but it's still a pretty cool design figure. So this is the 2006 Face-Off Regular Edition Incredible Hulk. So overall, this particular figure really does tug at my heartstrings. I do really, really like it, and that face sculpt will always be one of my top Hulk head sculpts in my collection. And I even do like the body. I like the design and everything. I just wish it was articulated a little bit better and a little bit thicker of a figure, body proportions wise, but still very, very nice. And a lot of people decide to pop off the head and put that face on other Hulk sculpts and body sculpts and create custom Hulks because the head sculpt is really that good. So overall, I will give, again, the head sculpt, look, face, paint, everything about it, an A+. And when you mix in the body, it's about a B+ to an A- overall for the figure. But highly recommend this figure in general if you're a Hulk collector. This is kind of one you kind of have to pick up just because how good the face sculpt is and just how classic of a Toy Biz figure it is. They are decently expensive now, so Face-Off Hulk in his variant are around like $45 to $60 plus shipping. Opened leader goes for about $25 plus shipping, both variant and regular edition, both boxed. We're looking at $75 to $100 plus for them packaged. So I definitely recommend it open to unopened. The package design is nice. You get the card, the locker, the two figures, and the comic. So if you want to try to get all of that without opening it, it's going to be very difficult. So I just recommend buying it packaged, and if you want to open it, just take it out of the package. But awesome figure. Definitely a classic Toy Biz Hulk design, and one you should definitely put in your collection. Take a look over my left shoulder by your right side above. I did a nice little short of that really cool Lightbox Hulk picture up there. I think it's just awesome. Probably going to be putting this in the video every once in a while, just have it above us just because it looks so cool. And it's the Ed McGuinness design. So basically, that Hulk head design. It's just really cool in general. So check out that short if you're interested. So shorts on the weekdays, main videos on the weekends. And I hope you really like this, guys. Please Hulk smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and take a look out for my videos. So have a wonderful day. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.